Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now you might remember that during the election when Donald Trump was running for president, he made up this story about seeing Muslims celebrating on the streets of New Jersey after 9/11. The story was not true. But here's something that is true. That radical Muslims all over the world were celebrating in the streets after November 8th when Donald Trump got elected. For years, they've been trying to convince the other 1.6 billion Muslims in the world that the West is at war with Islam. Now, they have proof. Trump has not only talked about creating a database of Muslims in the U.S., he's talked about banning Muslims from immigrating here. He has also said that they are entering America with ISIS flags on their cell phones. He has said that Muslims hate America. And reinforcing that is Trump's choice of Mike Flynn as National Security Advisor. Now, Flynn was forced out of the Defense Intelligence Agency because his leadership was abusive, chaotic, erratic, and incompetent. Flynn has said that Islam is a cancer that has to be eradicated, and the fear of Muslims is rational. Flynn sees Islamic terrorism as an existential threat to the U.S., which it is not. They can't destroy us. They can do some harm, they can do these pinprick attacks, but they cannot eradicate us. But the ascendance of Trump will accomplish a lot of things that Islamic terrorists are going to like. For one thing, it's going to further alienate the Muslim community here. The attacks on Muslims have picked up amazingly after the election of Trump. And harassment. And they are likely to draw inward. Now, for a long time, the Muslim community has been cooperating with law enforcement and have given them tips that have actually helped thwart terrorist attacks here. Well, that's going to decrease a whole lot and maybe end entirely, because they're certainly not going to trust the FBI or local law enforcement. It's going to make life a lot more dangerous for our soldiers who are stationed in Muslim countries, and especially those who are embedded with Muslim fighters in the fight against ISIS and the Taliban. It's going to make it a lot easier for them to recruit. And it's also going to make it a lot easier for them to radicalize Muslims here in the United States and elsewhere. And it will seriously damage the alliances that we have with Muslim countries, including those who are fighting ISIS and the Taliban with us. They're not going to want to be seen as being involved with Donald Trump. So our alliance right now that's fighting with ISIS is probably going to fall apart. Not that those countries will stop fighting ISIS, but there won't be a coordinated effort, there won't be a coalition. There's also going to be a decrease in intelligence sharing, which helps to thwart attacks. Because there's going to be a decrease in trust. Trump's administration will also harm our relations with non-Muslim countries. They are already worried and suspicious of what we're going to do, especially with Trump cozying up to the Russians. By the way, Trump says that the Russians are fighting ISIS. They're not. So, if you voted for Trump thinking that he was going to make you safer, you're as big an idiot as he is. On the day that Trump walks into the White House, the odds that there will be more terrorist attacks and that they will be more successful will increase 100-fold. Thanks for listening.